Got this guy the other day. Haven't had a chance to
rip into it now.
Oh, like right now?
Rip into it now. Yeah, like right now.
Yo, what's up, brother? This is Jester the Aggressor coming at you with another rip into it. Today I got the G.I. Joe classified Crockmaster. Let's rip into it. Tune in to CHATMIGOS late night. Here we go. Ernie, this is you rip into it. Rip into it. Accessories. Oh, I lost it. I'm never gonna find it again. Crockmaster.
I was born in the dark. You were just merely molded by it.
Super cool. You all know why I bought this.
Yeah, the dinosaur.
Ooh, bendy tail, foldable, which had a Steve Irwin figure to go with this guy. Actually, how'd I do?
That was great.
I am the R-Bomb leader, Optimus David, and we desperately need your help. The Tornadoes, Shady 180, the Chopper, Augie. Playing with myself. I mean, we could save him first. And the fallen Fett are in need of your help. Return to Earth on Thursday night to catch their non-dolls presented by the Tornadoes. 8:15 p.m. PST. The boogie, gather the troops, and roll well.
Whip.
Hello. What's up, Federation? Welcome to another episode of the Fallen Fed Chronicles, episode 183. I am your co-host. It's Guy Jin. I hope you're all doing well, and if not, I hope the rest of your day and the rest of your week gets better. Now, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, just like me. We got a big show for you tonight, so a big show calls for some larger-than-life guests. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends, Romans, or countrymen, whatever floats your boat, because without you, the viewer, we wouldn't keep this operation going. And by we, I'm not speaking in French, so let me bring in the main man you're all waiting for.
Wow, this guy, man, I like it. Wait. Where's all our sound effects at? It's like too quiet. There we go. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. I didn't mean to do that one. There we go. Good job. Good job, guy. I like it. That was great. That definitely deserves a.
That's the one. Okay.
That's the one you wanted. I was giving you your applause though, man, as well. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Marcus. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Actually, I just woke up a little while ago. I had a doctor's appointment today. Was this morning, and then took a little nappy nap to calm my nerves, to calm down. Then I realized, wait a second, it's Tuesday. We have to do a show, and we have guests on with us. So yeah, man, we're gonna jump right back in, continue our talk, and we'll do that. We have a Brick something joining us.
Oh, wait. Oh, damn.
What?
Sorry.
What?
Wait.
What? Oh, there we go. Yes, Brick. There he is. Thought he was going to be late, but there he is. Yes.
Yeah, no,
Hello.
I finished up pretty quick. Hello. Excellent intro. Got undercut
Yes.
by the laughter, but that's all right.
Right? Yeah. It was good though. It was still good.
That was beautiful. That was great.
I always have so much added on here. I got to find everything. And then it always changes because literally why the laugh was right before we started, it said applause. And now for some reason, when we went live, it like shifted everything.
So it was like your Mandela effect right there.
Yeah. I don't
Or like
I
glitch
said,
in the
dude,
Matrix.
StreamYard is like so crazy at times to time, you know? We do have Chamba here as well too to finish out week 2. Well, no, we'll wait till he's back and hops on. He might be getting something to eat or something. I don't see him in the green room, so we'll just wait.
My finger was a little too fast on that.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's all right. But we got the Federation here, and everybody is hopping on fresh off of CHATMIGOS Assemble. Yes, you guys. Of course, this is a How We Do Disney episode. If we are talking Disney and D23, it's automatic How We Do Disney. It doesn't have to be scheduled in. It's whenever we could talk about it. Because, is the Chronicles scheduled? No. Marcus, do we have anything scripted or anything you ever want to talk about? Like, he tries, but I'm like, whatever, Marcus, that's fine.
I mean, I knew it was How We Do Disney because, we're like, hey, let's get together and talk Disney. So I was all about it.
Yeah. So what I noticed, though, is my How We Do Disney, my backgrounds and stuff are gone. So
yeah, I was going to say, that's the only thing is the branding,
correct.
change strategy for your
I am coming with a complete overhaul. Moocher's going to be helping. So when we talk Disney on the Sarlacc Digest, I have a whole cut intro in there and everything, which is awesome. And we're going to be doing an overhaul on the whole channel and get things correct and straight again. Hopefully that should be happening soon here. I would say within a month's time. And we'll see what happens. But Brick, how are you? How was your week?
I'm good. The week has been good. I am officially back to work. Students are there. They showed back up on Monday. They didn't give up after that first week, which is awesome.
Oh, wow.
Great day.
Yeah.
Had a great day with my seniors today. They did a great job. And knock on plastic. It should be good.
See, Mandela effect is supposed to be knock on wood, but that's fine. You can knock on plastic.
Well, it's all that's around me. I have no actual real organic material. Oh, wait. Oh, that's fake too. Damn it.
Dang it. There it is. All right. Yeah, man, I actually got to hit the parks on Saturday. So that was nice. Dude, it's just hot as hell and so sticky and gross, but everybody was still there. It was so nice to get away, go ride stuff.
I was going to say, I've been watching the news and I'm glad that you got to stay home today because it looks not so fun where you're at. Orange County's better though than where you work.
No,
right?
so Orange County, where Disney is, it's more humid, bro.
Okay.
It was so sticky. Yeah, here we're hot, dude. I'm burning. I get blisters on my hands from the tools, being hot, touching the ground, touching boxes. It gets that way, Do we lose Chamba again? Chamba, just jump in anytime, sir. I didn't see him, and he keeps going in and out on the bottom here in the green room. We're ready whenever you are. Yeah, it could be. Or he could be eating something as well, too.
Park day was good, though?
Yeah, so it was cool. It was really, really good. It was just hot. I did the Fortnite Smuggler's Run. That was cool. Little disappointed, though. I came back, and it said, Hondo said I did not do good for him, but here's a prize anyways, and I got a skin. I was like, oh, I didn't do good? What happened? And it seems like Chamba's back. Chamba, when you're ready, just let us know, sir. So I did it. I came back. Oh, there he is. Okay. Chamba's also here. What's up, Chamba?
Yo.
How are you?
Hey. Not bad. Thank you.
Man. So I did the Fortnite thing. I got the Hondo thing. It was very easy inline. You just hit your app or you can scan. They have it all over the place. It was a lot of fun. It did change the mission. Then I came home the next day, turned it on, and Hondo was like, "You suck, but here you go anyways." And I was like, "Oh, all right."
So that's in the Disney Parks app that you do this all?
Yes,
Or
off of your phone. No, the
Disney
Disneyland or Walt Disney World app. Yeah,
right.
And it I'm
just
trying to
scan
get the
crates,
words off
or
of you. We'll get that right now.
Oh,
no, it changes the whole mission. And instead of like what you were there for, like the coaxium and everything that you get, you're going after bounties, and they stole crates from Hondo, and you need to get them back. And then Mando helps you and everything. So that's where I was saying, like, this is like so like an advancement to me, because it's not just I went and then I can give all you guys the code. You have to do it yourself, and it keeps your score, and I can go back and continue to do more. And yeah, it's pretty crazy because it just ties your Fortnite account into Disney app, and it changes the whole thing, the whole mission. It was a whole different ride than what was expected. And to me, that's something very, very cool and new. Like I said, because it's not just a gimmick, or it's not just, here you guys go, here's the code, you know? So
there's more to it.
Yeah.
That's cool, because that's kind of more in line with what they were at one point in the early development. It was supposed to be like you walk through the whole park and you build a reputation, and like depending on there was supposed to be all that, and then it just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, now they just have the bounty hunters thing that's there.
And it's barely anything.
That was it.
Things. Yeah. So this is cool. So it actually changes scenes and stuff that you see, and dialogue you see on the ride.
The whole ride. The whole ride is different.
That's cool.
It's a whole different thing that they shot. So yeah. Wow. But yes, we are back here to talk more D23. Week was good, hot, just like Brick Something was saying. Yeah, I just went to Disney this weekend because it was so hot, taking a break. I had doctor's appointments this morning and all day. Was kind of worried about them, so I didn't sleep. So then I came home and slept and woke up and realized, oh, we have to do a show. And it was perfect timing. Marcus hit me up, and now here we are. Marcus, how was your week?
Actually, I mentioned this to you in the group chat, Ernie, that just really quick, I think I saw a shadow person last Thursday before They're Not Dolls. Because I was taking a nap, and I think I saw a shadow person by my door. I just want to say that really quick, just because we got a lot of news to talk about. Other than that,
but we will come back to October. Did you wave high? Did you? Was it tall? Was it little? Was it regular?
It was mom shaped. I'll just leave it at that, because I genuinely thought it was my mom.
Really?
I asked her later, and she was like, "Oh no, I wasn't by your door." And I was like, "Okay."
Yes. So not only a shadow, but a mimic as well. Oh, this is great. All right. Yes, we will definitely come back to this. Yes. Okay. How was the rest of your week?
Oh, me. It was okay. I don't remember anything at all.
Right? Like it went so fast.
No, I just have really bad memory. So.
Oh, okay. There's that too then. Yeah. But that's all. Chamba, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm with Marcus though. My memory's garbage. So
it's just like here we are again.
The days go, and I live throughout the day. I do what I need to do, but the next day it's almost like the previous day didn't even happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where it's like I got whatever I needed to get done, and that's kind of all that matters. And so I got to focus on what today's going to bring.
For me, it happens like that because like last week was my long work week, meaning I had to do Monday through Friday.
Sure.
And then Saul left early on
so
Friday. So I have to do more. Yes.
Okay. That's why you roll. It's an inconvenience almost.
You go into it. Yeah. So like this week he's going to remember because I had to take the day off. So he's going to be like, yeah. Here he called me. He woke me up. It was like 2:30, and he said, "So what? Any chance you're coming in?" I'm like, "No. Did you finish everything today?" "Yes." "Okay, good job. I will see you tomorrow." Yeah. So he will remember that.
My memory is selective because I just read Grump's comment. I feel like Chamba has great memory. It's very selective.
Yeah. Like on what you want to.
Not even that. Sometimes it's just I will remember random things which don't make sense. Like if you asked me, I wouldn't know it. But all of a sudden, if it's brought up, I'll have this information randomly pulled up for some reason. Doesn't make any sense. It's occupying space, which I'm sure could be used for other things. But that's just how my brain works, and I'm not in control of that aspect, unfortunately.
I think my space sometimes is just all movie quotes.
Sure,
so I use that.
But that's what I mean. Stuff like that too. Like if you ask me, like, quote a film, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. But then it'll, you know, I'll play along. Like if you continue, I will continue. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's super selective, and I'm just not going to make sense out of it.
Okay, so before we jump into the more D23 news, and I hope you guys all have your selective stories. So if not, think about it now, what you wanted to, and we check in with the Federation. I was at Disney. It is now time to end the day. It is like 11:30ish or so, eating ice cream on Main Street, sitting next to Coke Corner. That's a regular. Trying to pick out who's alien, who's fighting, and then who had a good day, right? So that's going on. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, this was so cool. I see Seth and Becky walking down Main Street. Just like there, dude. Becky was all done up with like a big old hat, and she had chains on and this nice jacket. And then Seth was just like walking so straight in stature in this like black and white striped, like a turtleneck and everything. And I'm all, I look directly at Corinne, dude, and I'm all, it's Seth and Becky, I'll be right back. So
like actually them, not like people that look like them. Oh,
they went there with their kid. They didn't bring their kid along.
No. So she's talking to a friend, and so I run up, and then I just start walking next to Seth because I feel that's the best way instead of, hey, like this, you know, like as if you don't notice them, right? Because, you know, I see the stars all the time.
You know, that's the thing.
Yes. Yeah. Like you're saying, if they had their kid, hell no, that would have been off. That's off limits. You don't do that. But they didn't. There was there. So then here's the trippy part. Becky is talking to her friend the whole time, and I really thought the accent being that strong was a gimmick for the show sometimes. No, dude. She is so strong. Like
she actually turns it down for the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The natural speaking is way more intense.
It was so hard listening to her because she's just going off with a friend, and they travel a lot, right? So I really felt like this was a close friend because she's probably heard the story that Becky was telling 100 times, and that friend just kept going, and Becky was just full on with like the strongest accent ever, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. Literally the whole time I'm still walking next to Seth. Okay. I'm looking at him. Seth is a sexy ass man, dude. He is like tall. He can walk so straight. His chin was chiseled because like I'm just seeing this side profile of him, right? Because I'm literally just walking down Main Street next to him. And I was like, dang, like I want to walk straighter. And like this, just like being next to this dude. So then I came to my point where I was like, okay, now's the time to ask. And I was going to do it like if I was crossing in front of him, you know, and like, oh my God. Oh, it's Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins, right? And as soon as I was about to do it, dude, this short dude was right there. And he had, no, Seth freaking Rollins and Becky Lynch, sir. Seth Green, I would have been talking to that dude straight up and been like, hey, do you remember me? I've had plenty of Disney stories with Seth Green. He's cool. So Seth is there. I turn and I look, dude, and this short security, like earpiece in the ear, everything, a coat on. We make eye contact, and he straight looks at me and goes, he just shakes his head. Like, don't do it, man. And I was like, oh.
That was one of the employees, right?
Yeah. And so I started, but they didn't have a plaid.
I was going to say,
it was an undercover. Yeah, it was probably like a VIP. Yeah.
So definitely, I was not going to say anything with undercover. No. Yeah. So instead, I cross, and I'm like, oh, excuse me. And then I go, oh, just like that to Seth, and he goes, and I'm like, yes. And then I just walk in front of him, and I turn back, and Corinne was like, what happened? And I'm like, they had security with them. Never mind. It was a no-go. But yeah, it was it was cool to get to walk down Main Street with Seth freaking Rollins. And
There you go. That's
Yeah.
right.
yeah, it was awesome. I don't know. Like I said, they were dressed up. Maybe Club 33 dinner, maybe something special. I don't know, but man, that was awesome. But I do always love seeing celebrities there, and you do tell by the plaids. And then you can play the game, celebrity, athlete, or just rich. And someday
Well,
that
I-
will
It
be
could
me.
be a mixture of all three too.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true too. Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
the non-plaid is more celebrity.
Oh, yeah.
The plaid these days, you can pay for.
Exactly.
person,
I
you
feel
know.
like
Yeah.
we
I've
could
seen
get the
way
flag.
too many tech
Right.
bros, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but
I do
it's
want to
more
get a
of a-
plaid
it's
one
more of another
time,
level.
and if you break it down with 10 people, including yourself, that's 400 a piece because it's
Right. You can just-
4,000
Mhm.
for the day. So I would love to do it once, just to be
What
part of
other
the game.
benefits are there? Like you get like
Ooh.
access to like
yeah, no lines. You move
instant
in,
access
but
essentially.
They
But you're
they
paying for it though.
get you
I
yeah,
walk.
you're paying for it, and
Yeah.
they kind of
You are.
schedule you. You don't. It's not
Yeah.
as
It's
random.
catered
Like, where do you
to
want to
you.
go now? There's
Right,
like, you're going
okay.
here. We're
That
gonna go
makes
here.
sense.
We're gonna go
That
here
makes
now.
sense.
Yeah, but you see a lot.
They're
Right.
telling you facts, stories,
You'll learn stuff. Yeah,
especially if you get a good one. You know, that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I do want to do it at some point. I don't want to do a tour. I would rather do a plaid. They take
Have
you.
you guys like
they
have
take you to
guys
the
done,
back.
like dinner with like an Imagineer before?
No,
I did that.
I mean,
no.
I
Yeah,
did
no.
I did a
No,
package
Brick has
thing
not.
when
not family dinner, but no,
No,
but
not like
I've never
this is-
done that. Yeah,
this
yeah.
is like because I
What
did,
do you
like,
do that? Where's that?
I did it in Disney World.
Uh huh.
This
Oh,
was over
okay.
like 10 years ago at this point. I did this
Yeah.
whole me and a mate, we did this whole package thing where we stayed at the Animal Kingdom.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Like
Yes. Yeah.
like it's not the hotel rooms there are like nice. The Disney hotels are nice, but the Animal Kingdom specific one, the whole
Yeah.
room was themed. And I was like, okay,
They're great.
I
Yeah.
see why this is this price. But the reason
Yes.
why we were like, because we were looking at the prices and we're like, may as well just do the package thing because all the meals were essentially taken care of. You get these like voucher type things where it's like different
Yeah.
points would result in like, all right, this one is the nicer restaurants. This one is all those street vendor type stuff. You could do the vouchers. And we essentially had stuff off, like we had vouchers remaining and we didn't even use it all. But
yes.
Ah.
we used every meal was that. Do you know what I mean? It took care of everything. There was rides, it was instant fast pass to everything, basically. That's why I was like, back then I was like, no, this makes sense. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it proper. I don't want to have to worry about, lines, food, all that type of stuff. So I was like, I'll do that. And one of them was like dinner with one of the Imagineers. And we went to like this hidden place. We went the actual restaurant. It's not even a restaurant. It was like this dining area, which was behind. It was behind a certain building where it was kind of like hidden.
See, and that's what I love of doing
Yeah.
stuff like that.
That's why it was cool. And then
Yes.
the actual like the dinner was great in itself. The food was awesome, but it's the stories from the Imagineer that was actually awesome.
Nice.
Because they
Nice.
talked about like how this area was made, specific things about this part, like this room that we were in, how we got there as well. So yeah, it was dope. But I was like, okay, no, that was worth it in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You happen to remember their name or? by any chance?
This was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years. That's the
But
way to
they've
do
been-
it. I think, especially for
Yeah.
like international, you're flying.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, hey, you're right. I think you're going to see them more, and you're going to see something special. It's worth
100%.
that.
That was my
totally
first
makes
time in
sense.
Disney. That was the first and only time in Disney World as well.
Oh,
So
really?
That's why I was like, that's why I was
What
like, if I was gonna do Disney, because like I'd done Disneyland prior to that, but like as a day trip, with other mates. This one I was staying. I was there for like almost a week.
Oh,
in
cool.
Disney
Yeah.
World.
See, that's a dope.
So we did
experience.
like every park. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's why I was
Mhm.
like, if I'm gonna do it, it was like I think 4 or 5 days I was there, which is that's why I was like, it was a couple. I was like, it was worth it because when else am I gonna do this?
Yeah.
And I want to experience this. I want to experience this. So yeah, that was dope. But yeah, that Imagineer has been working there for, I think it was like almost 30 years. So they've seen the progress of Disney World.
That's awesome.
So I was like, okay, this was tight. That was tight.
Yeah, that's great. Do you happen to remember if you went to the restaurant in that hotel? Because Sanaa, which is restaurant downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
yeah.
I love that restaurant.
Yeah, dude.
You sit there, you see out the window, see the animals, but the food, so good.
So much good food everywhere there. That's why I was like, I'm gonna do the package thing. Made so much sense for me because I'm like, I want to try the different hotel, like the different restaurants in all the major hotels here, all the Disney hotels, because all of them are dope.
What kind of food? Like, what were some of your favorites?
One of my favorites was the Brazilian.
Brazilian, is that
one of the hotels there did like their restaurant did Brazilian meat and stuff.
Nice.
And I love that. Like that one, I was like
come on,
keep it coming.
Yeah.
Keep it coming. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
We like the themed one there where you get all you can eat too, and they're mean to you. And they're like, yo, catch up if you need catch up, or
like an American diner type.
Yeah,
the diner ones are good. Yeah.
If you need a straw, like they throw all the straw at you. Yeah, that's over there too. Yeah,
it's great.
They have so much. And here's a crazy point that I always like to make. I love Walt Disney World food too, and I say that all the time. And then it's like Walt Disney World people say no, Disneyland's really good, and I'm like, oh, you're crazy pants. No, our food is not good like yours. Like, I don't know. I feel Disney World is special.
I think it's because they are used to what they have.
It could be. Like, I mean, yeah.
Like, because you're also used to Disneyland, it's become normal for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also the Disneyland Resort, because of Epcot and then some of the other things like Animal Kingdom, this is pre-2016. Things kind of got messed up in 2016 with international levels, but they had the project where they were bringing folks into Epcot's World Showcase from different countries, and they like actively were recruiting in different countries to come. And then so a lot of the food that you would eat, particularly in Epcot World Showcase or Sanaa or some of the other restaurants, were solid and authentic and really good. But anyway, Anaheim has improved though, Ernie. Like
they have, but it's still not up to Disney World. Like, you know,
when they do those,
I think there's more options in Disney World though. That's
so many.
You know what I mean? Like because they have a lot of the world.
And I'm even talking about like in park food. Yes, Epcot for sure, because of the around the world type atmosphere. But yes, ours, Brig, you're right, has improved, but it's still, to me, not like Disney World good. You know, it's still just like, and I guess how Chamba's saying, you know, I'm used to it. It's basic.
I think it's just it's
whatever it is.
You're more familiar with it. That's why.
Yeah. But
I like the food. I think the food has gotten so much better. Obviously, like the vegan stuff has gotten like that's just normal now everywhere.
More options now.
All the allergy stuff has really made them expand. And you know, even like something like that Avengers Campus, even though it's like, you know, kind of campy with the whole like blow up your pretzel really big, but they're actually really well made. Some really
and they taste good. It's a gimmick, but it's still
the shawarma. Like, all right, let's go.
The huge pretzel, the large chicken sandwich, those are hilarious.
The churros are great.
Yeah, churros. We hands down have the best churros. There is no other denying that, because Disney World doesn't at all.
Disney World's frustrating because you can only get it at the Disney what's it called, Magic Kingdom. And I didn't realize that. I just figured I'm on Disney. I'm gonna get a churro, and I was at I think the Hollywood Studios, and they're like, no, you can't get that here.
Right, right, yeah. And we have them everywhere.
That's a park thing.
We have it locked down.
Dole Whip.
I miss food so much.
That's the one where I'm like,
just haven't had food in a while. The shadows taking your hunger.
No, I just haven't been able to eat normally for the last like 2 weeks.
Oh, you're still on that. My bad. That was cruel and insensitive.
So it's still there. You still ain't.
I had chicken.
Yeah, I tried
Oh,
eating like a couple of chicken tenders, and I basically had to start back from square one. So
Dang.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez. All right, then we'll stop with the food talk for Marcus.
No.
Time
Keep
out.
talking. I like
one more
out
food talk.
like outlive
if you're in
vicariously
Di-
through y'all.
if you're in Disney Japan, they do these different flavored
Yes.
popcorns.
Ooh.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And every like little stall has different flavored popcorn, and
Yeah.
highly recommend. That's the one. Like, because I was there December, and
Mhm.
yeah, we just tried different ones. It's really good, really
And
good.
it's incredibly popular, and it is really good. Anything, especially kind of like Indian curry flavored. At,
That one's an
Disney
interesting
Sea.
one.
Oh, I
That's
love
an
Indian
interesting
curry.
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Disney
was all
Sea was the
about
bomb.
it.
I love Disney Sea.
You know, you were mentioning your trip. Actually, before I tell the Disney Sea trip, can I just pause because RMD Collective at 6:48 posted something, and I can't just ignore
Go.
the Jessica Alba sighting. I want to hear.
Oh
what
yes,
Jessica
yes.
Alba
I read that too, and I was like, "Well, aren't you cool?"
One time at
Okay.
Disneyland, I saw my celeb crush Jessica Alba. Wanted to go up and ask for a pic, but I was in line for Thunder Mountain while she was getting escorted to the front of the line.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She was with the.
How
she was with
long
the-
ago RMD? Because it gets even better depending on the timeline.
Here's the thing, though. Jessica Alba, she'd be good anytime.
Oh, I mean, no, for
I'm
sure.
saying that too.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
timeless. She's timeless. So
I got weird
I-
talking to her cousin about her once.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, because he's a skater. I was like, dude, you're great. You're a great skater and everything. But is it true that you're related to Jessica? Yeah, it's my first cousin. And then we were just like, I didn't care about his skating at all. Tell me more about your cousin. But anyways, I digressed.
Did you do
Yes.
Christmas? Like, how's
Rick's like,
holidays?
let me be weird here.
What did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Your cousin's dope.
And he's like,
I
I
don't
hear it all
wanna
the
hear
time.
this.
Shout out Steve
I'm sure
Alba, skater, old school skater. He's dope. But his cousin was
2009,
Even
2010.
more dope. No.
Prime Alba.
Okay, that was
When
Man.
was that first show? Man, now we tangent. But what was that first show that she did with Cameron? Angel, something Dark Angel. What
Dark
year was
Angel.
that? Would that be like?
Ooh.
I'm wondering
I
when
don't
that was from, like
remember.
2009. I forget.
Oh, I thought it was like 2002 or 2004.
She's been.
I was
dope
gonna
always,
say
though.
4 or 6.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
always been dope. Idle hands.
In which
bro.
case, RMD.
Yeah,
I agree.
respect.
2009,
Idle
2010.
Hands is so good. Yeah.
Idle hands, bro.
Yeah. That's one of the best. Lago Fix.
Anyways,
Hello, Lago.
I'll go fix.
What's
Wait.
up, Lago? Thank
Sorry,
you for
really-
being here.
Really quick, Ernie, you just kind of glitched on my screen a little bit. Like
Did
TV
I?
static. Yeah, like TV static glitch.
Sweet.
Oh, did
Max
you say
had your-
shadow too? No,
Like
Yeah.
purple.
Stupid,
Did you see
sexy
pink
s-
and purple?
Oh no. It was
Oh, okay.
it was just like TV static. I was gonna say stupid sexy CERN, but
It
We gotta
is
check in
stupid
with the
sexy,
chat.
sir. Yeah.
we got check in with
We
the
got
chat.
Rensu here. Yeah, before we go over our finish the talk of D23, we got Santo 1414. Matt Logic is here. Grumps is in the house. Stormfire Blizzard. Rick Jones. E. McNeil. Shelf Presence is here. I said Rensu, right? Rensu was 1st. Yeah, okay. Shelf, Grumps, Matt. There we go. Shelves with a very generous super chat. MC Marcus bringing the bomb intro. Great job. Yes. Good job. Sonic is here. RMD, who we know now, crushing all over Albo, of course. We have stories that we will come back to and get to, I promise. Rick Jones, Arcade's Revenge, Sonic's Grumps, Rick, Grump. Who else? Mark Rose is here. How's it going? And Joey. What's up, Joe? No, that will be coming up. We are finishing the D23 talk today. The One Fist. Wild what you can do as family or less in Disney World now, not just usual Japan or Paris. You can stay at Luxury over Water Via in the Bora Bora for less than Disney World now. Yes,
That's very true.
absolutely. It is. Yeah. And then we already said what's up to Lago. Cheney's also in the house. What's up? Lago Fix. Yeah.
Lago
Yes.
Fix.
Not lying. Lago's in the shower right now listening. See, shower shows are fine. That's the way to do it. Don't forget to scrub properly, sir.
Hey, you missed a spot to the left.
Yeah. Okay, so we got into a lot of stuff last week. What's that, Brick? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So Chamba mentioned coming from Australia to Florida to do that. I have only been to Disney Sea once, and that was in 2020, summer 2024. Not too long ago. It was my first time and only time so far. And it was exactly what Chamba said. If you're gonna go there and you do the math, it makes more sense to pay for their sort of like package. You get the hotel, you get the breakfast, the meals and everything. And at that time, Fantasy Springs, which was like a new area in Disney Sea, had just opened, and they were still doing this, like, it was kind of like the lottery system here, Ernie, with the, like, you know, where, like, you remember when you had to tap your phone to see if you could get into Galaxy's Edge? It was like that. And so with this, you got in for sure. So it was just like
a memory I'll never forget, man.
Frustrating.
The moment that it goes silent in Disneyland, just a wave of silence. It was the craziest thing ever.
And then you hear somebody screaming in celebration.
Yes. Yeah.
No, we got it.
So when it first started with Galaxy's Edge opening, you had to win to get in, but you had to be in the park already. So everybody showed up like rope drop, but not rope drop. We're all standing from rope drop, but everybody's on their phone. And then as soon as 8 hit to do it, there was this weird just silence everywhere. And then it's just like Brick said. Then all of a sudden you heard,
yay! You see like sad people, and it is actually sad. So we didn't want to go to Japan, and then there's this Fantasy Springs thing, and then go and then show up early to see if we could get in, and just be like, man, like, we're in Japan. When are we? You know, well, we didn't realize then that we'd be going back as often as we've been able to so far. But we're just like, when are we gonna do this again? So we did the package, and here's the thing, as someone just pointed out, the package there is super affordable. We were just like, oh,
way better.
We're like, oh, should we spring? Let's look for it. And we're like, oh man, that's like regular Disneyland prices. You know, we're like, all right. So that was great. And Disney, that whole thing was amazing. So that's another time.
It's like ours, like Rick said. I know 4,000 sounds like a lot for a plaid. But like I said, that's for 10 people. When you break it down yourself, that's 400. Now, the ultimate lightning lane at Disneyland is $400. But then you're doing that yourself. Why not let somebody schedule your day, walk you around everywhere? Right. Take you behind the scenes and see stuff and everything. And
it's faster. It's still faster than the lightning lane, because you walk right up. In lightning lane, you'll walk you up to a certain point, and then you still fall in line. So,
and then the whole time when people are just staring at you, just go like this. You know, no pictures today. No pictures. Then
you just need to bring somebody with an earpiece that'll just stand around you, look important, and like,
oh my god, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
maybe they'll catch on and let you on.
Who is that guy? And then make sure you have somebody in regular line too. It's the Fallen Fett. And then that's how we finally go viral. There it is. That's what we're talking about.
I don't know who he is, but I saw him today.
He was there. Look it. Yeah. And people ask that all the time about plaids and everything and who they're with, you know. Sometimes it's just that family or the group of friends who got together and did exactly what we're talking about. But yes, so we do have more information to go over from D23 and like that. I do want to get into, I'll start it off while you guys pick on what you wanted to bring up and talk about. So Villains Land will actually be opening. And as the week went on, this is cool that we're still talking about it because more info got out. So what I thought was going to be actually the first water ride at Villains is they're switching and it's not going to be a water ride. It may be the new concept of like Rise and Beauty and the Beast and Ratatouille, to where you're going around. They now have tried to patent this new thing of fog on the ground that makes it look like water. And you're not going to be in water. It's the effects of the fog and the lighting and everything. That's what's going to be in Villains Land. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. I really thought that was going to be a water ride. We are getting Maleficent roller coaster over there as well. And so far right now for the Villains Land, it's going to be Maleficent. And I would say more Maleficent up front, you know, Ursula and like that. I know my honey's disappointed because Evil Queen always seems to get left out. And I don't know why. Because the story for Villains Land is going to be based off Magic Mirror telling something.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so this is where Villains Land is coming from, is from Magic Mirror. So we'll have to see. But there's been no show yet of Evil Queen. So we got coasters, restaurants, basically a whole new dark land, which I'm sure is going to be amazing at night. But I wonder how they're going to still pull off the effects in daytime, because this is going to be over there in Florida too. So it's going to be very bright, very sunny, very hot. So, you know what, how are they going to pull off the whole scary if it's going to be 12 o'clock in the afternoon and like 90 degrees, you know, yeah. So we'll all have to see, but Villains Land, I feel, is going to be exciting and a lot that could bring to the brand new land aspect of everything, as we're getting so much at all the parks. Having that aspect of it is very, very weird, because it's always been talked about and they've never wanted to highlight the villains in that sense. It took a long time to get to this point,
because they're realizing how popular the antagonists are. Like some of them even more than their actual protagonists. You know what I mean?
So
at least on equal level, at the very least.
Yeah. So you're right, Tom, and I feel that was finally the green light to let this go forward. Like,
also, you know, dude, like that's more money for them. Why the hell wouldn't you? Why wouldn't they? Right? Why wouldn't they want to embrace that?
Yeah.
What are some villains you want to see them eventually introduce into that Villains Land?
Oh man, I hope we get like everything. I would honestly love to see every movie somehow incorporated.
Is there any standout ones right now where you're like, okay, they need to?
I would love to see a Chernenbog on top of a castle.
Oh, damn.
I mean, if it's just an effect or anyway, maybe even at night. So
yeah. Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, like a light in the clouds kind of a thing?
Correct, yes. Or even a blow up that you don't know is a blow up. That you know, because it's night and just coming over the castle,
just do
very
things
menacing.
with light at this point, though. These days,
Right.
like
Yes, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
But
there was a patent recently about just that they Disney got this patent for a special like projector technology that sort of adjusts to the surface, right?
That's what I
that
mean.
could exactly be
the
what you're
one that's
talking
so
about.
big
That'd
about
be
that
amazing.
is behind it is it's following the smoke that they're creating.
Yeah.
So you don't lose it. So now the projection mapping is going to stay there instead of losing an effect. Right. And again, I feel like this is for Villains Land. That's why I wanted to bring it up. So
that's cool.
You know, Harry Potter has the dragon up top.
Sure.
It is always there, but when it lights on fire and it's night and everything,
I just think
Chernenbog being there would really set it off, especially if you don't know, if you're visiting and all of a sudden, you know, maybe thunder effects and again lighting and everything, and he just comes over the top. That would be cool. Now walking around though, Chamba. So here's the thing: we get to have Oogie Boogie over here, Oogie Boogie for Halloween.
Hell yeah, you want him to be permanent there.
Correct. That would be cool, like to have him. But also, on some of the characters now, you've made them real instead of the done-up head. Does that make sense? So we have Maleficent, Evil Queen, but then you know, back in the day, who was it who would just have her head on? The one witch with the pink hair that would go through, and she had a very static 3D head, and it was you know, a costume on. I want to see real people.
From the Sword in the Stone one?
Sword in the Stone, yes.
Yeah.
So she'd come out on parades and everything.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That's right.
And she would be in the parade, but do you get what I'm saying? Costume.
Yeah, like a full-on mascot, giant stuffed head thing.
The mascot look, yes.
Yeah, versus what you're saying now, like the princesses do this, and then the
so is that what we're going to get?
I was like, ooh, she's great.
What
that actress.
we're going to get in villains is I want real actors, real people to portray.
You don't want to see any like just animatronic type characters as well, though?
In a ride.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
in the ride is fine. Yeah.
I want
in
out of the
ride,
ride. You know how they're doing like? Did you see at D23 to bring it back to that? The little Grogu. I was going to say Gringo for some reason, but that too. No, Grogu. The little Grogu kind of moving around, or like the 3 little robots at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Or they also have
the biggest one is Olaf.
Olaf, yeah.
Olaf,
I would love to see.
It's amazing right now.
Can you imagine going to an area where like all of a sudden Scar's there and the 3 hyenas are like a little bit more interactive, and all that stuff is expensive. These are all things that they said they wanted to do.
They are like animals on 4, though. Like how would it be managed?
In terms of movement and stuff?
Yeah, how would it be managed?
Less about like as movement heavy as those other things I was mentioning, but like even if you walk into an area, and I don't know if you've seen the Universal something realm, the Realms one in Florida. They have the one where you meet the dragon Toothless, where you meet Toothless, and he's a giant animatronic.
Yeah, how to train my dragon.
And he just kind of hangs out there, and then there's a human.
Okay, so something like that, where you have to walk into a certain area, but he's
walk into an area.
Yeah.
But he's interacting with you, and like.
So if we had to go to an area that was closed, I would take specifically something like that as a new animatronic. We do have new technology. And what I mean by new is something that's not Pirates done. We're continuing to do, but I could imagine to where you walk into a type of cave like. So imagine if Scar was laying down.
Yeah.
And he talks to you.
Yeah, because that's very still in character.
Correct, exactly.
Maybe he's just doing this to a mouse or something. Yeah. While he talks to you.
That would be great. And the hyenas behind him.
Yeah.
Making fun of you as well. The whole like Monsters Inc. had it at the end of the ride where Rizzo was watching you on a camera, and she would talk to you for reals on the ride. You in the red shirt. You look suspicious. Yeah, and that would be, oh my God, she's talking to me. I would love that. So, we have so much opportunity to see what could happen, but just with those few announcements, and you're right, the patents that are coming, I think Villains Land is going to be something that is actually going to blow our minds, and
from Hercules.
And go, oh, you would want Hades. Okay.
Yeah, I'd want Hades from Hercules, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's full on character. Like if it's the whole, because having an actor underneath would be tricky because he's got a specific look. But if it's the whole thing where it's like you walk into his domain, and it's interactive. You know what I mean? Like where there's the camera and whatnot can set up, because they've already got something similar with like Stitch. Right. Where I know, it's all puppet, but it's primarily like there is a camera and whatnot, and there's still communication and whatnot. But having something with Hades would be dope. Because when he enrages, the fire and whatnot, the lighting, the smoke, a lot of that stuff would be tight. Plus, he's a player in what's it called? He's a major character in the next Kingdom Hearts game, I'd imagine. So
would be great now for a smart tie-in, right? Yeah, for sure.
I really hope you mentioned the magic mirror, because that's the whole conceit of the whole thing, is that he brings you into the villain's world. Like, I would love the ride not to be like movie specific, but I would love a ride where like you encounter many of them. Like you go through and you're just
that's
sort of
what I thought too. That's because when I heard
conjuring
villains,
them,
they're all they're all there. Do you know what I mean?
I would think so. And again, we bring up Universal Studios for the horror. I can't remember what they call their horror land, but that ride is like that, where it's everybody.
Something Realms.
It's Dracula and Frankenstein, and it's everybody in the ride. So if again you have this villains ride, that would be cool too. And then I believe the specific of Maleficent's coaster is outside of the castle as well. And this seems like it's going to be a very long coaster. Not only that, dude, the seating on it reminded me of Ghost Rider at Knott's. Ghost Rider is a very long coaster with lots of seats, and the concept art and now the model is a lot. Well, okay, take Thunder Mountain just for example. Thunder Mountain is 13 rows, and that's it. Perfect little track car. You have about 4 trains going at once. Dude, Maleficent, I swear it looked like 24 freaking cars on one. Yeah, it was very, very long. So we'll have to see what happens in there. RMD brought up
to have a huge dragon at the end of that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
And they do it well. Ours was proof of that for Phantasmic. Unfortunately, it burned down, and then we got even a better one, and now that one burnt as well too. But they can do it. It looks amazing. You know, our Phantasmic show, because of our dragon, was top notch. Yeah. RMD said for Oogie Boogie and DCA, they need to bring back Zombie Cap and Werewolf by Night. I do not understand why they don't, RMD, because it was such a highlight. So many people talked about it. They were done in Universal standards, and they looked amazing. And we've only had them once, unfortunately. And I don't get the part of saying where, oh, well, it was too scary. If you're there for a specific night and they're telling you who's there and the whole area is lit up and he can't go past a point, it's not like Zombie. Yeah, it's not like Zombie Cap is chasing you around Avengers Campus. He's in one area and that's it. But they made him look like his leg was bone. He was cool. Dude, they did him great. And then the werewolf was awesome too. So I don't get why we can't have that, you know. That would be cool that was back. Marcus, what else did we miss that you would like to talk about?
Sorry. Something just came up. You mean like about news?
Yeah, news. Yeah, whatever one you wanted.
Okay. Because there was still a lot of news that we didn't cover last week.
Yeah,
ton.
So I just kind of want to go over some of the ones that I think are kind of like not a lot to talk about, but it is stuff that was announced. So I know that a lot of us are very opinionated about live action adaptations, but a live action Tangled movie will be coming out with Tegan Croft from, I believe she played Raven in Titans as Rapunzel.
Oh, that's her? Oh.
I think so. Milo Manheim from the Disney Channel original films Zombies as Flynn Rider. Catherine Hahn as Mother Gothel. And this one casting caught my eye because apparently he will be playing an original character for this new film, Diego Luna. I'm not sure which character he'll be playing, but the only information I know is that he will be an original character, and the movie is set to release in March 31st of 2028.
Now, I know I do crap all over the live ones, but just because of Catherine playing Mother Gothel, I want to see this. I feel that she's just going to bring it to life. You know, I do believe that it takes a lot on the actor to make it their own and like that. And just for the shot that we got of her, the talk that we have, like she's totally nailed it. And we will definitely be going to go see that. So I hope it is a standout, and I'll have to go back on all my words and just go watch because of her. And because I was a huge fan of whatchamacallit?
Agatha.
Her Disney show. Agatha. Yeah. So I feel like this is a slight shift over for there. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about that. I didn't know that Diego Luna was going to be playing somebody in there, though.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Are they going to have him as a horse? And then we just get surprised. You know how that happens? You know, like
was his fake animatronic? Like
no. You know, yeah, and he was the voice on the.
This is like the adult version of like a kid's theater production, and it's like someone playing the tree or someone playing the apple.
Right, exactly.
But this time it's Diego Luna.
Yeah. So I wonder if he's gonna play him. I don't know. That's cool.
I will admit,
yeah.
Seeing Tegan Croft as Rapunzel, it reminded me of. Let me see. like seeing her as Rapunzel just reminded me of Rachel McAdams a little bit. She looked a little bit like her, which is
fully
kind of surprising because like I didn't
Regina George.
Right, like I didn't register that
Regina
at
George. That's what I saw too.
That's what everyone was saying. Is like, oh, they could just do Mean Girls, and it's a sequel to Mean Girls, and it's her.
Yeah. But who's going to be everybody else? All right, yeah. So that one's coming. I'm excited for it. What else?
Speaking of news that was really short, and Zootopia 3 that was announced. So all I know so far is that it will introduce birds into the Zootopia world, and returning cast includes Jennifer Goodwin and Ki Hoi Kwan.
Nice.
I'm really bad at remembering names. That's all that I know so far.
No Fox?
Yeah, what?
I think he could return. It's just nothing was confirmed. I think it was just at D23. It was just only those two actors returning.
That'd be weird.
Yeah,
It would be really weird. Yeah.
If he's not, then it seems like a Disney Channel special, right?
It doesn't feel complete.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It feels more
a
like
Disney Channel animated series.
Or special, like a Disney Plus special, as opposed
to
a feature.
Like this, Judy's Day Off.
Exactly.
And that's how.
Exactly.
What does she get into? Oh, she found birds. Yeah.
Like how Up got some of those like Carl's shorts from the movie Up, the Disney Plus shorts. Like he had where it's like 5-10 minutes, but it was just Carl and Doug.
Yeah.
That's it. It feels like that, where it's like a nice little addition, but not necessarily a sequel. It took place afterwards, but it's not a complete sequel.
Rick said Zootopia live action will be next.
No.
No, what though? You joke,
that'd be
but
more interesting.
I could see him do it.
Yeah. And actually, that would be more interesting to me. Same as Lion King, even though it's like, oh, we've seen this, but it's more interesting to me than when they do like the Beauty and the Beast or like the Tangled one. I mean, I'm not super into it, but it's just like it feels like I'm watching a stage play of the cartoon that I just watched. Versus, okay, there's like computer animation to the animals. I'm curious to see how that would work. But
here is the perfect example. Kaylee, I just saw posted, my daughter, Kaylee, just posted that they were at the Pantages, and I went and I looked and I thought it said Beauty and the Beast. And I said, oh, was it Beauty and the Beast? What'd you go see? And she was like, yeah, it was Beauty and the Beast, but oh God, Dad, so much singing. What? Mama, what?
It's a musical.
Yeah. And she said, there's so much singing in it. Yes. That's all Disney is that. Exactly what you grew up on. I said, did you not realize that?
That's kind of wild.
Well, it was fine at first, but then it just kept going and going. And I was like, when she's watching the cartoon as a kid, did she not realize they were singing? Or is it more shown
provincial towns
in the live action?
Like
this? Right, yeah. And I'm just thinking, hello, good day. Like from the beginning. Like what? What happened?
Okay, we got it. Start talking.
Yeah. Are they gonna act it out or no? Yeah. So again, yes, these live action ones, I don't know.
Well,
exactly
the actual Zootopia 3 thing, I'm excited. Those movies do really that's a big moneymaker for Disney right now. But also shout out to the typography. Like that was that's cool. I don't know if you saw. They had like the bird claw land, and then it kind of had the imprint. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I geek out on little things like that.
Right now, if you like behind the scenes stuff and this is what I always say on Disney Channel, but I mean Disney Plus. There's a brand new one to all the lands that have been added to the parks, and they talk to Imagineers and directors, and they show some of real quick behind the scenes that went into it. Zootopia was a crazy one. It's at Hong Kong, and everything that they did to make it correct. So like the signal light has all 3 levels for, small creatures, medium, and then very tall. And I was like, oh, that's cool. There's very, very, very detailed stuff in that land of Zootopia that you really, really got to pay attention to, and they worked hard at. And I like that kind of stuff. So that's on Disney Plus right now.
So the last movie was about the reptiles in the place. This one's about the birds. I'm like, okay, that's kind of a neat way to kind of do the sequels and unveil like
you're expanding,
like world building.
Yeah, these different things that we didn't learn about and why they're not in the main areas. It's pretty cool.
I like it.
What else did we get? I mean, we kind of talked Vision last time. Were there anything else you had, Marcus?
Lilo and Stitch 2, a new a sequel to live action.
The live action.
Yeah, another live action adaptation. It will be coming, I believe, May 26, 2028. And from what I know is that it is the introduction of Angel or Experiment 624. And this character originated from the Lilo and Stitch series on Disney Channel, which I grew up on. So I'm a little bit I'm slightly intrigued, but I didn't get a chance to watch the first live action Lilo and Stitch.
Now you might have to.
Maybe.
I generally, most of the live actions I'm not into. I was really into that one. I just thought the little girl was really cute. The dynamic between her and Stitch was cool. The sister was great. They did some changes though that were like just weird. As far as the what's his name? Quigley, is that his name? The aliens in general. That wasn't cool. It's like they ran out of money. And so they're like, let's just make them human. Okay.
Yeah,
I like the little girl and the sister. That dynamic was real cool.
Oh, what were you saying, Ernie?
I would have liked to see more of the aliens. Yeah. What else do we got?
Oh, I just want to say, I grew up on the Lilo and Stitch anime series on Disney Channel, and that was actually the appeal of the series because I think every episode was a different alien that they would kind of focus on. I remember as a kid, I would even have a little booklet, and I would always write down every single alien. I would take notes as a kid.
It was Pokemon, right? It was you're gonna introduce a nice, cool Disney designed little Stitch-like thing, and they're all very different.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And he had to get them. And he had to,
So during the lockdown, my kids were doing online school, and we eventually caught them basically watching YouTube and doing other stuff. Both parents are teachers, so we couldn't actually watch them do their thing. And their teachers are our friends. They're like, "Hey, your kid is doing this." So for their sort of punishment, they had to do extra work, and the extra work was we taught them. That's how we taught them how to use Google Slides. So my youngest did that. He did a slide for every little creature and had to write about them, their powers,
that's cool.
And then the oldest one did one on Star Wars aliens. It was great.
Nice.
It was great.
Nice.
But that show's great.
I kind of wish I did that when I was in school. But
tricked them into learning a thing, basically. It was and they got it. They were punished. But then they got into it, and so for whatever hours of school they were losing, they were doing something else. It's fun. Really cool designs too.
So, up next is Incredibles 3. Concept art. Unfortunately, I can't find it because if I were to open up a tab, my computer is just gonna lag even worse. Okay. But all I know so far is that with the previous two films, they seem to focus on certain characters. So the first one was focused on the dad. The second one was on the mom. This one will be focused on the eldest children. And I think from what I remember, the movie will be focused on the next generation, not only just the next generation, but also the father feeling a little bit, I guess, I don't know if the right word is inadequate, but trying to adapt to this new world of superheroes. And their villain, they did show concept art of the villain. I just don't really remember what they really are. But from what I remember is one of the important sort of themes about the movie is something not all heroes are good people. I think that was one of the themes of the film. And it is said to be in theaters June 2028.
Yeah, there's like a bad guy kind of corporate theme where he's basically corporatizing superheroes. And so I didn't get to see any cool designs though of other heroes. Did you see anything else? Did they show anything else?
They did show
besides the family.
They show the concept art of the villain. It was just kind of like silhouette with like fluorescent V's around their body. Okay. So like on their chest, their eyes. And one concept art that caught my eye was one of Mr. Incredible. He's like in his older costume. So I think there's going to be a couple of flashbacks to his younger years, but there was one of him in like the locker room or somewhere, and he's in his older costume, but he's like bruised and wounded everywhere. So that one's kind of interesting. That one caught my eye.
And also there's going to be a Frozen 3.
I'm excited about that one, actually. That was a good tease. I'm curious. They teased sort of this villain that pops in that they don't recognize.
People are saying that the villain concept looked like some of the original concept art for Elsa.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's
it's almost like the OG, the original version of what the Snow Queen is now the villain. And I'm like, nice work, nice reuse, but also like
clever.
It could also mean like her counterpart, you know what I mean? So that could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be fun. And also I think there was like a big
it this one?
Yeah, that's the concept. But yeah, that's the one. There's like there's online people are like, what the heck? How can Olaf have a girlfriend? Because they're going to show Olaf having there's like a female snow woman.
Really? I didn't know that.
And people are like,
people were tripping on it.
Yeah, people were just like, oh, great, now cool. I guess now Olaf is you've assigned the gender and
I see.
Like that, where it's like where he shouldn't be. I'm like, it's also just a cartoon. I guess
that's how I feel about everything, and not to disregard anything, but if it's a cartoon, it's a cartoon.
Is it the gender, or is it that he has a girlfriend, like a straight?
I think it's both. I think it's the fact that it's a hetero.
Yeah, because I'm like, do you want to build a snowman? But whatever. But people are tripping. I get it. No, I mean, whatever.
What happened to his girlfriend Susan? I mean, I thought. Together, so
but it's I don't know, it's like I guess we have to find people have to find something to be annoyed at,
of course,
and so
be
it for this one.
That's what I mean. So to go back to the conversation last week, D23 was so packed and there was a lot in there, and that's kind of what I was referring to. I feel like people were like trying to figure out what is the ragey clickbait thing they can say, but it seems so silly because there was like so much good in this thing, so much so that you lost it.
That's why you guys probably never heard. Like I only saw it because I browsed Twitter. I browsed Twitter mainly because of Japanese artwork, and that's why I'm still on Twitter, because that's where they post. But then they'll like reshare this and be like, okay. And it's like
right.
It's like
the artists, they're really into it.
Speaking
artists will just post because like artists are into art. And 3D animation is artwork.
They're inspired by this.
But then they'll share like random stories where it's like, oh, I guess this is an issue, and it's
got it.
Type stuff where it's like, why is this not an issue? But it's.
I mean, after what we've seen with the news of like the Odyssey, how misinformation spreads regarding the casting of certain characters. I mean, it's pretty easy, unfortunately, especially on the internet.
Of course.
Ooh, Odyssey story real quick. I found out that the costume designer is going to talk to our students this year, which is rad. And she also worked on Dunkirk.
Really?
I was like, that's dope.
That's cool.
Anyways, just learned that today.
So speaking on the stuff that is bothering people and everything, they talk about now Disney bombing a lot. Oh, that series bombed. Oh, that movie bombed. I'll tell you on my feeling, and I don't think anything bombs because I don't think you can. We've talked about this before on here, Brick. I don't understand now with streaming. So where does streaming numbers come in? Because I know a lot of people who stream stuff. So like to say that all the time as far as, oh, nope, it bombed, you know, it's like, okay, can we wait for the streaming numbers? Because so many people sit at home now and say, I'm just going to wait to watch it at home and it's going to stream. So how does that affect everything? You get what I'm saying?
The bombing aspect though is mainly they refer to how much it's made.
Right.
And with streaming, you don't necessarily, like there is no hard number of how much something makes. And so that's why it's harder to know if something is a success. Like just because it's like number one on streaming, does that exactly mean this? You know what I mean? Does that exactly mean paper?
Yeah. And the opposite, just because no one watched it, right?
But with box office, for example, there is hard evidence of how much something made. And so if it doesn't make, like say a movie costs say 100 million to make, and it only made it only made say 250 mil. That would be considered a bomb for the most part, because while the film itself is 100 mil, they're not taking into account like promotion and all that kinds of stuff, like the media aspect, you know, advertising. And so and it's technically made to, you know, more than double it's you know what they spent, but it still doesn't count. So that's why. But then it's like, how do you know these things? I guess, like, do we know it in the end?
Right, and that's what I was saying was, I don't know about you guys, but I was very surprised at the announcement of all these Part 3 movies.
Yeah.
You know, we had a lot.
There's a lot of sequels. That's why, like, when they shut off that new original one about the ghosts.
Yes.
I was
like, hell yeah, because that looked tight. Yeah. One that was a great teaser. But also, I'm like, oh, cool, something fresh.
New.
Yeah, but that was a fresh one. Everything else is a sequel.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was looking most forward to that, because I'm like, give me something that's, you know, different, at least something that's, Because I'm very. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just.
You
like,
don't? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel when we get here? I don't know, maybe because it's the way that I grew up, because of how old I am, but we didn't get sequels or anything in the movies as far as Disney. It wasn't on VHS.
Direct to DVD, direct to video.
You walked into your store and you saw, Little Mermaid 2.
And it wasn't even
thieves.
And it wasn't even a common thing up until Return of Jafar, because that was the one that made a crap ton of money. Then they're like,
exactly,
oh shit, let's keep doing this. But there was a period between then, Ernie, we didn't get like 101 Dalmatians, or what is it, 102 Dalmatians, so like well after that thing was long and dead, right? We never got Fox and the Hound 2 or
and whatever. That's what I'm saying is, I felt weird that we're announcing these, because we didn't. Like I said, it was video store, or you're walking into Walmart or Target and you see it there, and you're like, you know, you show the kids, do you want to see Part 3? Yeah, I guess Jafar's back.
I remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember as a kid, like I grew up on those like direct to DVD sequels as well. I remember I had the DVD of The Lion King 1.5 or something like that.
Oh yes, there was. Yeah,
that was the Timon and Pumbaa one.
An adventure again, right? And you just threw it in there.
That's
so
special.
I do when we're throwing these out there like this and coming to theaters, you know, 2028, blah blah blah. That's where I feel weird about it, because I feel like that's just a point for everybody to go ahead and crap all over it, because I don't know. I see that as a Disney Plus type of premiere, you know. And you advertise, you know, brand new shows or seasons or anything. I kind of figure like you would, like, coming to Disney Plus, you know, May 5th, Incredibles 3, and you lead out to a promotion of there and like, oh yeah, we're going to watch it tonight. Or did you see it yet? You know, on there. And that's why it feels so weird to me, because yes, it was an immediate VHS or DVD. And then, sometimes you didn't even know. You walk right by it and you're like, Cinderella 2. Oh, what happened? They got a divorce? What? Wow, I didn't even know that happened. Yeah. Like, you know.
Sleeping Beauty. She woke up and
There's a lot. There was a lot that's out there, you know. So to keep on going with this, like, I get it. That is okay, but it does also. It was weird that was our only one movie is the Ghost one, and everything else is a sequel announcement. Like, yay!
Can I read the synopsis for Ghost Market?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so the official synopsis is hidden away in a remote location on Oahu. Ooh, I can't read. Oahu's North Shore is Ono Market, a plate lunch shop that serves lost spirits stuck between life and death. I can't read. The living have never set foot in this place until a fast-talking would-be content creator named Kyle blunders in, eats a mixed plate for the dead, and accidentally turns himself into a half-ghost. To get back to normal, he'll have to deal with paranormal deliveries, long hours in a haunted kitchen, and the scariest of all, his own family. Now, there were two teasers. There was one where it was the teaser trailer, and then the other was like a clip or like a short of him on his phone, kind of like talking about the film. And from what
like
I
being
know,
an influencer kind of thing, right?
Both are great.
Yeah.
Both are great.
And then at the end of that, at the end of that short is him being chased by a floating bowl of noodles. And so from what I know is that is actually they're apparently Pixar's first ghost film. I don't think that they've done this before, and it is inspired by Asian mythology, and it will be in theaters spring 2028. Oops.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Going after that K-pop, Demon Hunters money.
Right.
But I do think, like when you say the flying noodles and stuff, it is very like yokai, like funky creatures that probably aren't the kind of thing that pop up in a lot of like Western pop culture. Like,
Which is good.
So
I think it's smart to start embracing that. Like we've got the one out next month from DreamWorks,
Forbidden Island.
Yeah, that's like stuff that when you tap into stuff that's not as as commonly used, you just you open it up to more, and then you open up viewers to something that they haven't seen before.
Yep.
Sorry, it's Forgotten Island, not Forbidden. Sorry.
Forgotten Island. That one looks fantastic. I'm definitely watching that one. But yeah, no, this Ghost Market looks really fun. I thought that second clip of him doing the influencer type thing, it was really handled well. The way the camera worked and whatnot, I'm like, man, they know it. These animators are killing it.
I think this is definitely in Ernie's market too. I mean, like,
influencers. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be awesome.
Like, when do we even have ghost movies or like horror movies that are for kids? We don't really have much anymore, you know.
I mean, like Haunted Mansion, right?
Haunted, but what I mean is like ghost movies for kids
level.
These days aren't what ghosts movies or horror movies were for kids back in the day. Do you know what I mean? Like Haunted Mansion, Goosebumps, they don't even touch Gremlins. They can't touch Gremlins. You know what I mean? Right. Where a scary movie then was still actually scary. You know, Gremlins,
Monster House.
Monster House actually did a really good job of that. I feel like it was scary enough, but it wasn't like
Monster Squad,
stuff like that.
Bright Night.
Bright Night. No,
this is, I mean, and then we had to grow up with Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy.
But like, it was a gateway.
The Gate was.
I love The Gate.
Yes.
Dude, that's one where I saw when I was 5, and I'm like, oh, I have memories of that film.
The Gate scared the crap out of me to make sure that I close my mouth when I sleep. Like,
to this day, when he got that eyeball on his palm, forever in my brain. Forever. Love that movie. Love that movie. But like horror, like to make a horror film these days that are for a younger audience, that'll scare them, but not enough to be like, I'm gonna destroy your mind type stuff. You know, it's not. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be something like that. That'd be tight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And since you guys mentioned it, just to go back real quick, Forgotten Island is dope. We didn't say it explicitly, but
it's on Disney.
Philippines. Yeah, it's dope. It's our folks, a lot of the ghosts and stuff, but it's got a bunch of people in it, like her who's Pinay Black here in Vallejo in the Bay Area. Manny Jacinto, who was what was he again?
The Stranger.
Stranger, is that what they call it? Stranger, yeah. Keimer.
One of the coolest Star Wars characters.
Liza
Sobranga in it.
Liza
Damn, so that's pretty dope. And then just a quick other, since we got stuck in there, and the idea of exposing people to other cultures, especially the horror stuff. Did you happen to see that newest box for the new Mezco, the one that was kind of medieval? Have you seen that, Chamba? Dude, he's fighting a Manananggal on the side box art. Yeah, it's really dope, which is a creature from the Philippines who she detaches her lower body, leaves it under banana leaves, and goes flying around. Her entrails are flying around.
It's creepy.
Looks for pregnant women.
Which figure is that?
The newest Mezco, where he looks kind of more fantasy medieval. He's a little bit like Assassin's Creed looking.
It's their character.
It's their character. Yeah, it's sorry.
Okay.
Did I say
Mezco?
What is it? Doc
Nocturnal.
The Doc Knock.
Sorry, what was I saying? I was totally saying something different. What was I saying?
You said
I'm
Mezco.
old. Oh, I did say Mezco, but I didn't say the character.
You didn't say the character at all.
Oh, okay. I thought I said the wrong character. Yes.
No,
Doc Nocturnal?
You didn't say a character.
Okay. Doc Knock. Yes, Doc Nocturnal, the newest one. Yeah, here I got a picture of it, but it's dope. And my brother
What's up, Chewy?
And we didn't realize. Yeah, I had no idea. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. And then he sent me this box art. He's like, dude, he's fighting a Manananggal. So I'm talking about this figure, that version of Doc Nocturnal.
Yeah. The more.
Oh, on that box.
Yes, and on the box of that, it's totally a digression, but hey, I like Chamba's hat, and I'm gonna take the moment to talk about Pinoy's for a second. Here it is. He's the Phantom Knight, and in this artwork, which the Mezco artwork is always so dope.
Oh, neat.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Which Ernie, this is Rise of the Fifth Son a little bit for me.
Yeah.
There's no toy yet of it, but still.
Right.
It's cool
Right.
there. But anyway.
I still can't wait to order all those. You gotta let me know when.
Yeah, they gotta fill, and that's a whole other thing. They have to make a Kickstarter won't let them run a campaign unless they have a US corporation. They won't let them be a corporation in Mexico and run it. But back to the only corporation that matters, Disney.
They'll probably buy them too.
Oh, to go back on all the stuff we're talking about right now with the sequels and even the idea of bombing, there's real boring business kind of reasons for all of this. I'm sure we all know, but the sequel stuff is all about, they're just unsure. They did lose a lot of money the last couple of years. The parks have literally been carrying the lion's share of the profits for the company, which is why we saw this year such a huge announcement of parks stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right to point out, dude, all this movie stuff is sequels, because they and a lot of other people are suffering with how do we actually make money in the box office? Correct. And we're all nerds and we watch this stuff. We realize they all kind of shot themselves in the foot with the streaming thing, because as you were pointing out, there's direct money in box office, and then there was direct money in physical media. Well, what's going away now is physical media. They put all their money in streaming. Disney in particular invested so much, and that's why you're getting Marvel shows, you're getting Star Wars shows, and there were no new Marvel shows announced, no new Star Wars shows announced, just the ones that we already knew about, like Vision, Quest, and they actually canceled ones that they had just announced that they were going to do, that Wonder Man,
Blade.
And I thought Wonder Man was good.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah. I don't understand. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just a money thing. They're all jittery because they're realizing we can't actually make money on this. That it's just the churn rate on streaming is too much. The only way you make money is by memberships, and they weren't seeing that grow. And they invested heavily into it, of course, during lockdown when we were all home. Didn't have a choice, so it made sense. But now they're just wait a second, there's no money here. Like I said, parks have been making money. They want to maybe try and see movies, but until we're starting to see some people. This summer was pretty good for the box office again in theaters, but all the conversations around ending Blu-rays and physical media and happening in video games, I think people are really scratching their heads about what the best business model is. And again, a little bit of a boring.
I don't think we'll ever know again. We're in such different times now. All it takes is your focus for a month, a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Watching all 9 episodes in one sitting, and then you're done and you forget about it. It's so hard now. It's very hard to go on to say, hey, this is the next big ticket item.
So I think that's why we're getting like, oh, let's do a live action this again, or let's do part 3 of this. That worked at one time. And then also, you were saying about the business, the market changed when they realized they could make money off of direct to home sequels. Like that was one of those things where they're just trying to figure it out. They didn't plan to figure it out. It just happened. And then all of a sudden they moved so many resources to doing that. And I think they're just in this weird period right now where they're trying to figure out how else can we make money the way we do with the parks. So, I mean, even their movies, we've seen it. Like, I don't think it's about, even when people talk about bombing, oh, this movie bombed or whatever, that's old language for an old way of making money. That, like, even with this Masters of the Universe thing, Amazon's like vocally being like, well, yeah, that sucked that it didn't do well in the movie theaters, but this is long game. We'll see how they do in streaming. It's really big now, and now
it killed it in streaming, by the way. It's like,
yes, exactly. So I think people are trying to figure out what's the next way
it's
of
still a
doing
new territory.
This-
Is the problem.
This kind of reminds me of like the talk about like in the 80s and 90s where films that didn't do so well in theaters, but they did really successfully, like with the VHS tapes. So is that like kind of like similar to
100%
that, or okay?
Except now,
and then what sucks about that too is the old VHS stores and everything from mom and pop. Well, it was a lot. It started as mom and pop everywhere.
Yep.
Towns didn't have the big video stores, and so what sucks. Right. So what sucks about that is those were expensive to buy, and if it didn't do good in the movie, you only ordered like 2 tapes at your store, and then it becomes so popular, and now you only have 2 tapes. And everybody's waiting at the door for it to come back in. So it's always a cycle of not knowing.
You weren't able to own it. Like the video store essentially has to own those things. And they were like hundreds just for those individual tapes because they would make money from it. So that's how it works. So it's a commercial thing, it's not for sale, but it's for rent. So because they're making money out of it for renting, to buy that is way more than, say, if we were to buy it ourselves for our home viewing. Because we can't rent out the thing technically that we bought at home. That's for private use. They always state it's for private use. You can't even broadcast it. You know what I mean? You can't even project it, say, in your backyard, for example. That's not home use anymore. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's technically not allowed. It's technically not allowed.
Well, you can, but
yeah, you can,
but no, I know.
Technically,
but
not allowed.
But the way it's a little bit different, Marcus, is that when movies would have another life in home video or rentals, there was money there. Every time someone viewed it, they're paying for a rental. Every time someone bought it, they went to the store and they paid for it. With streaming, you're like, maybe they'll sign up for a subscription, maybe to watch it. Like they're supposedly direct sales. I'm sure people do that. I don't ever buy. I want to watch this movie. I wait for it to actually jump on a streaming service that I'm already paying for monthly. So anyway, all that to say is we're in this period that for sure is a weird business one. So when you look at D23, the sort of exciting news, it was a little lopsided depending on the division of the company. And that's only because people are trying to figure out what the best way to do the entertainment thing is right now. Movies and TV and stuff. So, but the movie stuff, there's still a lot of exciting stuff there, but now we're in this period where, so there's the business end and then there's this culture of hating things and, being tired of things. So I'm finally going to get X-Men on the big screen and I'm excited, but then there are people who are like, they didn't do it right. And, now we're in that game. So they're trying to figure out what's the best way to continue this MCU thing. People already Doomsday isn't out, and people are like, "Oh, it's not as good as it used to be," and it might not.
Yeah.
But again, I'm old enough to remember a really
When
bad
we had nothing.
several really bad Doctor Doom things, and nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm remembering when we had nothing. So I'm like,
Yes.
why would I curse the riches that we have
Set-
now?
70s
Amen.
cartoons.
Hallelujah. Teach and preach.
Yeah,
yes.
dude, come on. Also, and if it's not
Yeah.
for you, I don't gotta say it. Why
Right.
do I have to share?
Right.
Oh, that's crap. It's like, mate, don't watch it. Also, why are you telling me? I don't care.
I don't know. Some people like feel the need to give that type of opinion just for
100%.
validation.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But you know, speaking of the X-Men, which by the way, thank you, Brick, for
Yeah.
for that segue.
Get up.
Because I wasn't sure if I would go to Avengers Doomsday because we did get a new trailer, but it's kind of like what's really new for me to say. But for the X-Men cast, they announced so I haven't seen Brand New Day, but I think I'll just accept the fact that
Yeah, can we talk about it or not? Whatever.
you
No,
need to
yeah,
watch
keep going, Marcus.
okay, so the cast, I'm not gonna say who Sadie Sink is. We all know who it is. Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. Kit Connor from Heartstoppers is confirmed to be Cyclops. Christopher Abbott, I'm not too familiar with his work, but he will be playing
good.
Professor X. Maya Boyd as Storm. I will say, like, she has, I think, Broadway experience, so this is going to be really cool. She's a relatively unknown actress, so this will be great.
Unknown if you're not into theater. That's kind of
Thank you, Sean.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't worry, she won't be singing.
But she can.
Yeah.
That's the
But she
thing.
can.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah, just know that she can.
I did see a
Haley,
clip
you
of
want to go
her.
see X-Men? No singing.
Not singing.
I did see a clip of her singing. It was one of the theater productions, and she was singing a Britney Spears song, and she has a lot of like power in her voice. So I think that will be perfect for Storm.
her. Still, absolutely. Presence.
And Indy Neverready as Rogue. I know like some people were kind of mixed on that. Like some people really wanted Kaylee Spaney to play Rogue. I'm fine either way. Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister, and apparently more announcements will be revealed. The one thing that I will say is that I kind of hope that we'll see this iteration of the X-Men soon, probably in Secret Wars, because it was announced a while ago that Sadie Sink will reprise her role from Brand New Day in Avengers Secret Wars.
Secret Wars should be good. I'll be honest, I'm looking more forward to Secret Wars than I am to Doomsday.
Yes. The outcome of everything like that.
Yeah, it's like Doomsday, we know stuff's going down. But what Secret Wars? Also, it's like, what version of Secret Wars are we doing? It's been done a couple times.
Right. And I love that we all know that we just have to get through Doomsday to set up Secret Wars.
100%,
So, like,
that's what it is.
right. And exactly like you're saying.
A and B. You know what?
What are we getting? Yeah.
Not that
I
I don't care about what happens with Doomsday, but I'm like, Doomsday is going to happen for a purpose, and this is the purpose.
Yes.
We're ending the multiverse, and I'm like, thank you, finally.
I will have to give it to Disney for choosing young cast. I love it.
It's long game.
It is, and I love a young X-Men.
100%.
To see all of these characters and like that. Oh, okay. We're gonna get a lot then, and then I'm totally cool with that. The way that Spider-Man played out, we saw high school through college. Perfect.
We grew with those characters.
We did. Yeah, makes it so much more engaged and touching for us. Of we'll remember how close they were in high school. Like we can say that, like for reals, and we saw that. So yes, I'm definitely for the younger cast and the long game of everything. And then, I'm excited for Doomsday too. But yes, what is this going to lead up to for Secret Wars? And what are we getting? Black Suit Spider-Man? How?
So having them like year apart is nice.
Yeah. Brick, how'd you feel about X-Men?
That was my jam. Like when I was collecting comic books from basically grade 1 till middle college, it was all X books. Anything mutant related, I was all about it. And I was fine with the Foxmen stuff that we came into because we didn't have anything. I was like, cool, let's go, whatever. But I was glad to see it go to, especially after they kind of just kept eating themselves and confusing things, different storylines and stuff. This, like what you said, young X-Men first figuring out their powers, the fact that, we might get to see, for example, say like a Jean Grey figuring out her powers on screen. That might be pretty cool to sort of see them as young people figure that out. And then I'm really excited by the possibility. Well, two things. I was watching a video and someone pointed out something that I hadn't thought about. And that's the X-Men that we're going to get, the ones that they just announced, these casting, are from the MCU's universe, not from a multiverse or whatever. Like,
yeah, they're ours.
Yes. Yep. So that means they've existed in the events that we've seen. Like they've grown up as human beings or as mutants, but human beings. And you glitched out right now. I see what you're saying, Marcus. Okay. So
stupid, sexy CERN. Sorry.
I am totally hyped to think about, like, how does that work? Are they in hiding? Like, particularly the adults, the Charles, they haven't announced Magneto, but Magneto, Sinister, like, where were they during the events of all this stuff? Were they just kind of hiding?
Well, the Miss Marvel show is the first one to say about the mutant gene.
Yeah.
So we actually got there, and she's young. Yes. And she's a kid in high school, which does work out perfectly because, then I fully believe they have been in our universe and didn't know what to do.
Right.
And or definitely in hiding.
Maybe the mutant gene hasn't actually kicked.
That's
right.
Like, because it hasn't activated. Is that what you said?
Yeah, something could have been a catalyst for it to activate.
Yes.
Throughout and it's hitting people differently because it's what the mutant gene only hits when you're a teenager, technically, right? And because you're not born with it, you don't know if you're a mutant when you're born. You only know as a teenager, and it could hit any time as a teenager.
Yeah,
right.
Could be early teen, could be late teen, but it's usually within that period. So people are being
writing and long game. You're absolutely right, because what Peter did in this movie could also be consequences for something later.
But the whole notion.
I'm having a hard time talking about it without talking about Brand New Day. But yes,
I'm not even going to talk about Brand New Day. But like the whole notion of Doctor Doom. His whole thing is like everything that's happened now shouldn't be the case because you've changed the timeline. That's what his issue is. Like you haven't just altered our timeline. You've altered.
Right.
That's why he hates the multiverses. Is like everything is being affected. That's why I'm going to
stolen lives.
Like his whole thing is like exactly.
Lives.
I'm just going to destroy it all essentially at this point. Where in his brain is like that's the only way to go. But obviously, he's got that God complex, and that's just kind of why it is. But
as
that's
Tony
what it's
did.
like. Exactly. That's why I'm like, there's got to be more to it than the whole reasoning why he's cast. There's more to it than just what we're seeing. So I am looking forward to it, but I'm a little bit more apprehensive. Whereas with Secret Wars, I'm just like, all right, cool. This is going to be. Now we're getting into the whole. I just want something new at this point. It's almost like a refresh right afterwards is what we're going to get. Like if this is how
do you feel like the X-Men feels new, even like ahead of
1,000%.
Did they say? Yeah. So
I feel like
also
X-Men
say
is going to be that new. Like Ghost Rider is within that new.
Yeah.
Even what's it called? Black Panther 3. That's going to be within that new. Like that's post Secret Wars, and post Secret Wars to me in my brain. If they're going to go with what they said, it's like there's no more multiverse. Like that's not going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
And so this is just going to be it.
Multiverse stories are fun. Yeah.
Multiverse stories are fun, but they just muddle things. They can muddle things, when they're not handled well. I mean, look at comics. Comics is the best example of why, multiverses are fun to read, but sometimes you just don't read them all. You can't read them all. In a way, because it's like none of it makes sense. None of it can together.
A couple quick things on the X-Men, though. I also want to say the fact that they announced Sinister this is going to be in this first movie, and Emma Frost, I think, is great. Like every time we've done the whole Charles Magneto kind of thing, it's kind of like, you know, oh, every time we have a Spider-Man movie, we have to see him get bit, versus the way that Tom Holland was introduced and developed. I was like, oh, this is cool. It was different. It was fresh. If they can do that with the X-Men, and I don't care if it's not exactly the way it was in the comics. Like, no, give me, you know, like the basic concept is there, what a mutant is, the dilemma that's inherent to that, different people with different ideologies and ideas about what mutants should be doing. Great. Give me characters that are young, like you said, because it's silly. I like X-Men, adults or whatever, but the reality is exactly what Chamba said. So much of the mutant thing is about like that teen angst of figuring out who you are, and it's triggered as a teen. Yeah. So like watching this Spider-Man develop, actually, the Tom Holland Spider-Man has been fun for me, because it's like, oh yeah, there's very mutant-like sort of things about his journey as like a young person, and then like, oh, trying to figure out what it's like. So the idea of mutants being sort of in this world, maybe being treated differently than all the other super people we've already seen, is fun, and I want to see it. I'm excited about Storm. I will say I'm hoping that they don't just introduce everybody in this one movie, but they sprinkle them around, like they said that she would be in the Black Panther 3, which I think comes after. But if they just sort of like sprinkle it around so that it feels like it's a part of the larger universe, and then things come together, like the Avengers. Anyway, I'm excited.
Like the X-Men in comics, it's not like we had the whole team from the jump. We had a team from the jump, but it's not even the most consistent team. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, have a core group. Because I know people are like, where's Wolverine? I'm like, mate, Wolverine wasn't introduced into the X-Men for decades. You know what I mean? I'm like, also, you need their story. It's like, you don't want one fresh right after bloody Hugh Jackman, because everyone's just going to compare it.
Right.
It was Archangel, Beast, Iceman.
No, it was just Angel, not even Archangel. It was just Angel.
Just Angel, sorry. Yes. Iceman.
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
Beast pre-blue. This is
correct.
Like,
Beast was human. Yeah.
You know,
man, some of the nerdiest conversations I have are explaining how that's not his actual mutation and how that happened. I'm just like, yeah, I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
But
Jay
also
says, I
like
like that they said they're going to wait to bring in Wolverine.
And they should. They really should.
On that note, you were saying, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, like, if there's one thing that I will be excited for with the new X-Men, is that hopefully a more cohesive timeline compared to the Fox X-Men. And hopefully
I'm not worried about that.
I know I made a face like that's not hard, but
that's not hard.
I know, like, but it's like with what we've had before, it was just like
that's why I'm not worried,
because throwing stuff at the wall.
Disney will not do what Fox did.
Well, on that note, Marcus, it's like the timelines and the universes got all timey-wimey and messed up, right? So that's why Doom has to go in and fix it, and then we're gonna be good. Yeah,
he's got to cleanse.
I mean, to
and
their
then we're
credit,
going to be on our path.
To their credit, the MCU, like, sometimes it's intentional, oftentimes accidental and fun as they figured it out organically. But there's a large through line that they try to then, if they didn't quite get it right, they'll make it right by adjusting some story points or whatever. So
you got no choice.
Disney will miss out on money if, when this is all said and done, I need a show with Wongers, Madison, and Luis explaining everything that happened.
Not where you think.
It doesn't even have to be a show. There could be like little shorts.
That's what I'm saying.
They haven't done
on
it.
Disney Plus. How's that's not a thing already? Like, could you imagine if one of the films started with a recap at the start?
The three of them on a couch.
Them just talking about it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what's particularly frustrating about everything you've just said is that when we started with the MCU, they did that. Remember the Coulson thing? They were doing that as a thing, the Thor thing.
Yeah, the one shots.
Like, why did you stop? Now that you own the platform on which like everybody has to go,
you should do it. Yeah. The problem there though is like they understand that people who watch the movies, not everyone has the time to watch all these shows.
Right.
So I get that. And that's why when Ernie was saying have it as a show, I'm like, I don't think anyone will, like, I don't think enough will watch it. But
But that's what I mean, though. As a just like you said, it needs to be a short and explain what you're going to watch
before the movie. Have it as like that little trailer at the start.
Yes.
Before your feature, you know how Disney Shorts is a thing.
Yeah.
You know,
like
Disney features,
Pixar.
they'd always have exactly. They always have a short animation. They're starting to bring it back again, but like this could be a thing for the Marvel stuff. Just a fun little thing. It doesn't even have to be in theme or in anything.
You can select it, and the whole Marvel starts, and they cut it off by Wonger saying, "What are we watching?" And then Lewis coming in. Okay, so we're gonna get this, and then Madison jumping in. Like that's all you have to have, and then you can watch your movie.
It might be too much of a tonal shift is the problem. Like if it's too, like if the film is serious, the tone is serious, but that's like too jokey. It would almost like you're pulling the rug out from underneath, just too quickly. That's why it's tricky to do something like that. So it has to be in tone with it. But yeah, that's still something that they should utilize for films in general. Like in general, they should still utilize that. But Disney going Disney.
It's interesting because yes, they've painted themselves in this corner and that they've created so much content that I understand that some people, especially with that sort of completist urge, feel like I need to see it all. But I do think you don't have to have seen a lot of things and you're still fine going into these movies. So like we're talking about Madison from She-Hulk, and there's actually a lot of She-Hulk things that happen that play into Brand New World, a Brand New Day.
Yeah.
But if you didn't see it, you didn't see it. But it's there if you want to go
back. You know. It's there.
Yes.
Or if you want to be a comic book collector.
Right.
Yeah. Or if you want to be a comic book collector, that's the equivalent of us doing this thing, going like, I want to hunt down that back issue. Let me go back and watch 100%. It. And then it just enriches
it's up to the viewer. Like it's still present. Yeah. That's why even say like in what was the Captain America film? The most recent Captain America, Brand New World, right? Brave New World. How they didn't necessarily like the Eternals isn't really talked about, but it's acknowledged through what that whole thing was about.
Yes. Oh, you don't want to spoil. Are you being careful?
In case people have no desire to watch it, but like it's acknowledged while like it's still within the world, like because something happened in Eternals where you're like, how is no one going to talk about that? And you're like, oh, it's talked directly about that in Brave New World. And so it's there while we're not seeing the Eternals, which is quite unfortunate. It does suck that because that film didn't exactly do the best box office wise, it's almost like ignored. I'm like, you shouldn't ignore it. You should still acknowledge that it exists, but you don't have to focus on it anymore.
Sure. Correct.
Like
you can pull characters
100% if you want.
You should. I mean? Yeah.
Like, I think like same as She-Hulk. I know like Brick, you said She-Hulk was acknowledged in a sense. The series was acknowledged in Brand New Day without being so super heavy-handed. Like, but it's if you spot it, you spot it, which is cool. That film, that series was great, and there's aspects of it where I'm like, it is unfortunate that a lot of it's not going to get much play and that's kind of the problem. Like, they did a lot with their TV, with their movies, and not everyone has the time to consume all of this. And so, but this is just like comics.
Exactly. I'm so glad you went there. I've had this exact conversation and it's always arrived at because it is Marvel. I'm 100%. Just like, I could not have bought every single Marvel comic.
No one did. I
had my little slice. But then when I had the opportunity to go check it out, I was like, oh, that totally informs this. And I'm fine with it as a comic collector watching these 100%. Things, but a lot of people aren't. I get it.
That's
people feel lost and confused.
But usually, like in comics as well, in events, that's when everyone's present. Even if you don't recognize them, they're part of it. And I think that the Avengers movies are that event movie.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things where, like, I think She-Hulk should be acknowledged. Eternals should be acknowledged in that film.
Hell yeah.
Because it's like, they exist within that world. And if this is not like the Avenger type threat, it is universal. Do you know what I mean? This one is multiversal. So it should affect, like, even if say they're not part of the main action, because I understand where it's like, that's why when people are like, oh, when something happens in New York, how come no one else is there? It's like, this thing happened in minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this thing that happened in New York happened within minutes. You can't tell me that everyone's going to act upon that. It's impossible. But for like, say, they do this in comics sometimes, right? Where if something happens globally, there'll be panels where it'll cut to specific characters that aren't part of the main story. But it's like them acknowledging, something's happening. Like I did that when I worked on Tech on Avengers. All right. There was attacks happening globally. And there's panels where it would cut to specific characters that aren't part of the main story. Yeah. Like it cut to Ben Grimm, it cut to Kamala, it cut to Storm. You know, it cut to, I forget who else it cut to, but it cut to certain characters where they weren't part of the main story, but this thing affected the world. And I feel like in Avengers and stuff, at least they could do that. They could acknowledge, like, the thing is, this is something that they don't have to advertise. If anything, it'd be better if they don't advertise that these guys are going to appear. But if it's in the film as a nice surprise, I'm like, cool. At least it's like, it doesn't just feel like it's contained within whoever's in this movie, but that it's affecting everybody. Because it has to.
I feel that they do the best that they can. They could 100%. Do it more because 100%. This is a world that you built, which is great. Exactly. And again, going back to Brand New Day, when you sit and watch it, has a lot of it. And even like I'm saying, Daredevil, the one who hands them the key is the lady from the show who was under Kingpin. So now we know, she took it. Okay. And there was Kingpin posters in the background.
Yes.
If you're just watching real quick and you're like,
if you see it, you see
it. Yes. Right.
That's the good thing about it. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, so they're doing it without a doubt. And I think it's like, you know, we're spoiled in a sense because we almost expect them to do that, but these are major productions, so it's incredibly difficult just to achieve any of this. That's why it's like going back to I'm just thankful that this thing exists.
I think they need to come to a point and be happy with what they built.
That's what I'm saying. I'm content with what I'm getting because there was a time where we never got any of this.
Right. And no matter what the movie is or the show that they did, and maybe some people didn't like it, I still feel as this MCU creation that they did, then you use it. Like you said, bring in an Eternal if you have to. Who cares what it was from or what? Or
if they're not, like, the reason why they're not advertised is like what I'm saying is like when they're doing comics where it's just a simple shot of one of the characters reacting to what's going on. That's all.
Okay.
Remember, like in what's it called? In not Endgame, Infinity War. Right, when the snap happened, and you know how they showed, the snap affecting people, right? Something like that, where any of those shots could have been any of the characters that we have already seen, and that's all. That's all it needs. Like for me, anyways, it's just acknowledgement. That's all I require. They don't have. They're not part of the main story. They don't have to be, but just acknowledgement that they are part of this world. That's it.
And show-wise, they did. We got to see Elena's after.
That's why it's cool. I was going to bring that up. I'm like, that's cool that, and that they could easily do that, right?
Yeah.
And for all we know, they could. That could be something that could be acknowledged post Secret Wars, where it's like that time where it's like it's affected them, or it's like I remember that. I remember that moment type stuff. And it's nice that they can do it after the fact, but if they could do it in that moment too, and I understand why they don't do that, because it will affect pacing, and pacing is a big factor. If you've got, if a film has to be 2.5 hours, it's a really long film. Every moment counts, so you can't be wasting a few minutes just to show that these characters exist. That's just for me being. I want to be spoiled like that. But I also won't be like, it's garbage. You didn't acknowledge him. No. I'm not that type. But it's like, it'd be, if they do it, I'll be like, tight. That's awesome. That is awesome that they did that, because they're doing it for the people that are watching most of this, that aren't just like, watching the movies, which I understand. And not everyone can watch everything, understandably, but it's just
years and years that they built.
When comics do it, exactly, because it's like it's a payoff, because I'm like, this is acknowledgement for them as well. It's like, dude, this is what you achieved in more than a decade. That's amazing,
right?
Like,
and I think that's And that's really nice. Like I've gone back and forth in that, like I did enjoy the X-Men by Fox for what it was,
Sure.
and
Great
the Spider-Man, the old Spider-Man for what it was. But there was part of me that was like, oh man, do we have to do this whole multiverse where we're bringing them back, or like we did with No Way Home, where we had the multiple
Which was
Spider-Man.
fun.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, I get why they're doing it for multiple reasons, but like it's like you said, you're acknowledging like, look at all these Marvel stuff that we've done over decades. I mean, that's actually kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
And you might entice, especially now that Disney owns Fox, you might entice people to go back and watch that stuff. I don't know if you, part of what you were going to share in the list, Marcus, was like they even released like recently things you should watch.
Did you see
and
that?
it included, included like some Foxman movies. So
Dude,
it's like, okay, I get that. But also I guess it would mean more when if we see the Foxman universe characters sort of get destroyed, or the world get destroyed, or you know why they're maybe upset and why they might be in conflict with this universe. Like it does make a little more sense. Even if you didn't watch those movies, you're just like, oh, okay, I get it, they're from another place, and you don't give me these bunch of random new X-Men that aren't going to really matter in a little bit anyway. It's actually really smart. And they lucked out, man. They really lucked out in all the different pieces that they've been able to like play chess with and orchestrate this with. And what's really great, shout out to Kevin Feige, because like he was involved in even those old movies.
He's been
cool.
Like he might not have been a major player, but he was involved for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's got a love for that stuff. And it's like
absolutely.
it truly is like a love letter to this stuff. It's a love letter to the comics. So I'm into it. And I'm excited about the X-Men. Yeah,
I think
I'm really excited.
I think that's the thing that's exciting about the X-Men right now is that like it's actors are just like, I want to be this. Like they understand it's like, oh, if we're gonna do this from the start, I'm gonna put my name in the hat. Whereas like they're not even, you know, because a lot of these actors are like, yeah, it's either they're found, obviously, because they are, but people are like putting their name in the hat now. It's like, yeah, I'd love to be part of this.
Yeah, Adam Driver has been saying it forever. And
right.
now he
like,
got
but you know,
Sinestro.
It has to be a right role. And I think
correct.
And I'm glad it's Sinister. I know people are like, oh, it would have been cool if it's Magneto. I'm like, Sinister is a big antagonist, but I don't think gets as much play as he should within more widespread media. If you're an X-Men fan, you know how big Sinister is. But outside of the comics or even the cartoons, maybe, but he just think, oh, he's just another villain. It's like he's not just another villain. Like,
see, and I always take it
big villain in X-Men.
Yeah, and I take it too as the actor announced for it. Immediately, it's like, oh, that's good.
Exactly.
I can see it.
He's not just going to be a one and doneer. He's going to be. He should be a primary antagonist for the X-Men.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, if you think about
one of the primary ones too, but there's more than just Magneto.
And just like Wolverine, we can do him later, and I think it'll have more impact when he comes. But the idea that he's Sinister, who like manipulates genes and pays attention to genetic lines in this world where we haven't heard of mutants at all, right, is kind of neat. He's been operating in the shadows, like who knows what the hell, who he's been following, who he's been paying attention to.
He could be the one like behind a lot of what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, and like why now are these things coming out? And so you mentioned that earlier. You mentioned an event that I won't name that happens in Brave New World and the Eternals, but like could it be stuff like that? Or you Ernie mentioned the Ms. Marvel, where when they look into her genes, it's after she had responded to her mother or grandmother's thing, which is a cosmic object which has radiation. So it's like there have been things that have happened in our MCU that we've been seeing, Chitauri showing up, you know, everything, the Infinity Stones. People have been exposed to stuff. And if you know how like planets are made, go watch the Eternals, folks. It's been around for a while. Like the Celestials have been involved. And so
it's a great movie, but Eternals isn't a bad movie.
I love it. But who's to say that, like, the reason we're starting to see it now is because things are coming on Earth as we've seen it in the MCU, and now things are triggered and things are evolving, and you've got a Sinister who's like, yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Right.
Yeah,
but also
let
it's
me
not
do
like
this.
and there's a difference between a mutate and a mutant.
Yes.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man,
Right.
Yep.
he's a mutate. It's
Right.
It's not. He wasn't born with it.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
whereas it's been in you. It just isn't triggered until a point in time. So
and it evolves in him.
dude,
and
it's gonna be.
everything
I think
too.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
tight. I think
Yeah.
it's.
I'm
gonna be
excited.
tight.
It's
Casting
excited.
young is my favorite aspect of it because I'm like, oh, we're gonna grow with them, and they're gonna have time to grow.
The perfect time was D23 to announce just the cast.
100%. Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, we've sat here and talked about all the X-Men and everything. X-Men is a huge property. Like we said, we know we're going to be in it for the long game. The old X-Men were in it for the long game. And here we are,
As much
you
as they
know?
could. Exactly. And at least I'm glad that they're getting their chance still. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I thought we said
Yeah.
goodbye to them a long time ago. And I'll be honest,
Yeah.
personally speaking, I was fine with saying goodbye to them a long time. I'm ready to say fully goodbye to them, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
also
in a
looking
way.
forward to these last two films because I'm like, I want a fresh start. I don't want any baggage.
Yes,
Because
we
people are
need it.
like, they should get Channing Tatum as Gambit. I'm like, fuck no. The fact that he is Gambit already,
Yeah.
good for him.
It's a good
but
sign because
fuck
he's got.
no, dude.
Yes.
We need, that's why I'm like, I'm glad they gave it to him because they weren't going to give it to him after this. No way.
Right.
No way. So, fresh start, please. It's the best way to
Yeah.
go. Just
And if you
completely
really go back to what we were saying, like mutants have been around. If you go back to some of the things that you've seen in the MCU already, mutants are already here. Namor was a mutant. Ms. Marvel was a mutant. Like there are things there that we maybe hadn't really wrapped our heads around. Oh, what does that mean? So I love that. Again, to my point earlier, I hope they continue to seed things.
and then the eventual.
Everybody should go watch Brand New Day.
The
and
eventual
then let's all
apocalypse,
talk
bro.
openly. Yeah. Apocalypse. Yeah. Redemption. Damn.
It will hit. Yeah, Jenny says, I think they're going to use Doomsday to wipe the slate clean a little for
That's
the
the
stuff
point.
they think they can't sell or didn't get a good reception.
Whatever
And
whatever it is, like just a cleanse. That's what a cleanse is supposed to be.
Jenny said, I've received so many DMs asking me what I think of the casting for the new X-Men, and I keep saying I got to wait to see him in the role first.
Yep.
Yeah. How they take it.
It's so weird. What do you
How
think?
they're going to approach it.
That's the thing. People are, like, because I know everyone's saying
Yes.
in Indy never read is like, oh, she seems more like a Mystique, and I'm like, it's called acting. Actors can be whoever they're supposed to be. Whoever the role is supposed to be, that's what acting is. It's like, well, can she do the accent? And I'm like, dude, you know how many British actors there are in these movies that are speaking American?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like
if
you
accent
should watch
is your
more interviews because you'll be blown away. You'll be like, wait, they sound like that?
Yeah, it's people forget. People forget, you know what I mean? So it's like, this is what acting is, man. Like, come on.
And Dubot says, oh, dang, I knew there were others out there who didn't think Eternals was bad.
Oh, I liked it.
It wasn't bummed that didn't do better because I want to see what happens next. I want to see them have the cosmic stakes in the MCU. I think we'll get to it, but I don't think we'll be able to get back to it in the same way because
I don't know if
they were
we'll get
expensive.
Right, but I also don't know if because after this cleanse, I don't know if it's going to be a major thing that they're going to focus on because I think the whole point of doing Doomsday and then Secret Wars is to just we're clearing slate. We're gonna select the few that we want to focus on and we're not gonna spread because I think that the issue was like they spread themselves too thin. They were making TV shows, they were making multiple movies per year, and it's like
it just got convoluted.
Exactly. It got too much. It got too much. And don't get me wrong, I think like to do 2 to 3 films a year, that's more than enough. But then like you added shows to that. That's hours upon hours.
And it splits attention and production and to our conversation earlier about the business side, all of that stuff coming out of pandemic, with the emphasis on Disney Plus, that was all, Iger making a major push. And we saw that happen to Star Wars where they were pushed to move things around they hadn't planned to do more shows. We recently saw The Mandalorian and Grogu, which for all intent and purpose was intended to first be a next season, but then they repurpose it. Those are all pressures that are coming from the business side that unfortunately sometimes it works to make something creatively fun, and others not. Usually not. And so I don't know. It's exactly what you're saying. They were forced to do it. Well, they were pressured to follow the new agenda, and hey, we need more shows and content on Disney Plus. So we all of a sudden got a bunch of shows. And
I will say,
they suffered for it.
Yeah, I think that Marvel Studios is at a point where they're kind of experiencing burnout, because between Doomsday and Secret Wars, I don't think that there's any new movie, no new shows that are coming out. Actually, I don't know about Vision Quest, but
Vision Quest is already done.
Yeah.
Okay. Will that be coming? Okay, it's coming soon. Okay, but other than that, like, there's really nothing else between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
I think that's how it should be. You don't like overcomplicate things, and I'm sure some things won't get as affected. Like, we've got Daredevil, right? That's very grounded. I'm sure they won't, that's doing well enough for them, and people are attached to that, because like people will just watch Daredevil and not watch anything else. Do you know what I mean? And I understand it, because it's great. It's kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
But
it's
it's
centered
still
and story based.
100%. It's also
what's
street
going on
level.
with him.
And that
small potatoes.
It's very small potatoes, but still big within that realm. But it could still work. Do you know what I mean? It still happens while things are going on in the bigger picture. So we'll see how it all goes. But I'm sure, hopefully they got a better plan. And I'm sure, like, all the mistakes that were made, they're obviously learning from it. Like, if then I think their goal is to not make the same mistakes as they did, right? Because not only would you lose time, you lose a lot of money, and that's what you don't want to lose. So
there's a lot of creative challenges right now. A lot of it's the business stuff we've talked to, and we kind of started talking a little bit about the audience and how audiences have changed and chatter has changed. But that whole thing that you're sort of mentioning, where people are like, oh, how can it be possible that these people don't even acknowledge or recognize this, or why weren't the Avengers showing up at this event? Like, that kind of thing that we hear from criticism sometimes. I kind of get it, but also I'm a comic book guy, and there's nothing realistic about, when you read comics, no one's going like, hey, how come Spider-Man didn't respond to the mutant massacre in this way? Or it just is, and you just go with it. And I think a lot of it has to do with, one, it's a different audience, a very niche audience, and we're pretty invested. But also that stuff was being churned out so quickly and so often. Every couple of weeks you got a new issue of the thing you were collecting, or monthly when I first started collecting, to the point where if they didn't like it after a little bit, they just changed it up. Dude, and you had so many stories. You moved
canceled.
Yeah, you just moved on.
In comics, like, a new creative team hops on and would barely acknowledge whatever happened prior to it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if movies and TV shows did that? People would be like, what is this? What the hell am I watching? Don't get me wrong, I'm sure some films did that, but it would not be welcomed as it is. So
and there's the other side of it too, like Felipe says, I still think Marvel's chicken shit for not going with the King Saga. 100%. They could have easily recasted the character. Correct.
But that's also them. Like, it was a knee-jerk reaction, and the way they reacted, that you can't pull back from that. It's too big of an investment to pull back on. This to them made more sense than going through with that, because I get it. It's like, it's easy for us to say it. We're not backing, we're not putting our money where this goes. Do you know what I mean? Because if they had gone with it and it did fail, that's even more money. More money.
Yeah. And we'll never know.
They
or it could be revisited later.
They could have easily written that differently too. Because, like, the fact that Kang doesn't have to look the same in every universe. That's the part where it's like, when they showed the various, I'm like, I get it. You were banking on him and it sucked. It's unfortunate what happened, obviously. Right. In the whole situation. He's obviously garbage for doing what he did to get where he got to, but you're in a place, you're in a corner. What was their method to get out of it? This was it. This was their backup plan. This is their plan B. And so I
think it was they haven't said this, but just putting pieces together, it seems like it was oh no, what do we do? And then I think what are the dudes who did Arrested Development? Who the brothers
Russo?
who are doing this film, or not brothers? Are they brothers? The Russo brothers? Yeah. Like they said they were done, right? Like we're done,
and
then they came back and they were like, we have a story idea. We think we've cracked story, and I think it was a combination of like, what are we gonna do? And these guys are willing to come back. Oh, cool. Like, and it works.
Do you have an
and it just kind of worked out that way.
Right.
And I will say
it does suck, but
yeah, I will say story wise, I actually would have liked to see them play out the Kang thing. I think it could have been really interesting. I'm hoping. I don't know I don't think it'll happen, but you know the biggest scene of that, the big unfinished thread is that the Council of Kangs coming together. Like that's a big thing to show. To know that thing exists somewhere. And now you're not going to go back to it. Feels weird. So if they could give me a little scene where Doom,
right, that's what I'm saying. If you can acknowledge, if you can acknowledge that Doom destroys that whole Council of Kangs, it's like, okay, cool.
That's it. I just need a scene where you see them. Yep, you have the same assets. You have them all there. Door opens. Doom walks in. Cut. We get destroyed. Okay, cool. Done.
Just acknowledge it. Nip it in the bud and moving forward, because it's almost like, all right, don't get me wrong,
so nerdy. I love it.
That was a quick and cheap way to get out of it, but at least you showed it. You didn't just like leave it randomly dangling for anyone that watched it and went, what the heck, what happened with that? But then again, a lot of people didn't even watch that movie. You know, they didn't even watch that movie, so it's almost like, did it matter to them?
All right. So we'll see what comes. I know we're all excited about it. There was great announcements. Thank you guys for going over everything and joining us. Everybody in the chat, everybody part of the replay. Thank you very much. I hope that we covered everything for you. If we didn't, please drop a comment and we can revisit it at some time. Brick, thanks for coming on, man, and talking some How We Do Disney, man. That was greatly appreciated. I love it. We gotta do it again.
So what I just heard you say is we just did an episode of How We Do Disney. Just want to make that 100%
last week was How We Do Disney. I found that out on CHATMIGOS.
If you missed that,
I don't know what happened to my corner thing.
Yeah, because that's why I'm like, the branding still says Full and Fet Chat. So I'm like,
I don't know why it got deleted. It was not there. Yeah.
So thank you for having me. This was like an amazing nerdy conversation. I love it. And Disney, as we've even said, like we got a little Marvel tiny X-Men corner. Disney's crazy. I'm very mixed feelings about one corporation owning so much of the things that I love.
Monopoly.
But they do. And we could go on and on and on about all sorts of other stuff. That D23 was crazy. So
right, yeah, there was so much. Day one, I hope we did enough. Felipe says yes, he agrees with you guys. Please give me at least that. Doom destroys the king.
Just acknowledge
give us something that ties in, definitely. Mario's here. Go show Mario some love. You can find 796 Studios on social media. Right now, he's getting love for all of his head paints that he has going on. You can order those. Also, D once again highlighted his amazing flight stands. So, yeah, that was today as well, too. Always go check out Mario stuff. And be sure you stay locked in with him to find out when he has this stuff go up on sale as well, so you don't miss out. But, Brick, when and where can they find you?
Sundays, 3:45 p.m. Pacific on the Brick Something channel, talking the news, and pretty much that's all I've had space for. But, yeah, come through. Do different guests. Last week, I spoke with Chris Garrich from Four Horsemen Studios /D13 about his Nippon Adventures stuff. And he has a Toshiro Mifune project coming up. So that's a thing. And then this week, I'll talk to somebody else, and it'll be fun.
Nice.
Good. Awesome.
9 6s.
Great.
And Lago Figs. I forgot to say Lago Figs.
Lago Figs.
Lago Figs.
Lago as well out there.
Ernie doesn't know what that means.
Lago Figs. He's just everywhere. Whatever. It's a cool guy.
He doesn't watch episodes. Got it.
Great.
Yeah, he doesn't.
We told you.
Yeah. I tried.
He was there for the drops.
He was there for the drops.
But don't forget to check everybody out all week long. I mean, we have your whole week covered for everything from Monday with rewatches of previously on X-Men, found on Between Two Sentinels. Don't forget to check out the CHATMIGOS channel with World Warrior Weekly as well, still going strong. Tuesdays with CHATMIGOS Assemble, CHATMIGOS, and then follow up here with the Fallen Fett Chronicles, from anything and everything, how we do Disney, much, much more. Everything. We just want to sit here and chat with you guys and people. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Marcus, thank you again for being here. Chamba, thank you for being here. Don't forget Wednesday as well, Between Two Sentinels. And then you can catch me over at the Sarlacc Digest too, with all your Star Wars news going on at 8 p.m. They can find that on their channel. And then Thursdays as well with Baggy Red Shorts, featuring J-Shot for some more Disney type stuff, and Chewy's over there as well. And then follow it up with CHATMIGOS with They're Not Dolls. Stick around for the extra if you're a member. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can catch up on anything and everything. And don't forget to check out Brick on Sunday. So thank you guys very much for joining us and being here. We greatly appreciate it. Again, drop a comment and hit that thumbs up, and we will see you guys next week or on any of the shows that we just said. Thank you guys so much. Bye.